So recently, while I was visiting Walmart, I was looking for a gift for a family member in the toy aisle, and this is where I came into what appears to be some sort of unique merchandise for a series. And I did some research. This is the Amazing Digital Circus. So apparently it's Australian, and it is a web first series. So most of the new episodes appear to be YouTube and whatever else comes out on Netflix, and I think they even have a website. So it seems unique, a lot of quirky looking characters, and I kind of just want to see what it's all about. So I just got done watching the first episode, and I gotta say, this is more unique than I thought it would be. At first, it seems like a kid's cartoon. You have all these bright colors, unique characters that feel like they're made for kids, but rather it's this adult type of cartoon. There is cursing, but it's bleeped out, and there is this underlining like horror element. It's almost like a mystery in a way, and these characters like slowly drift to madness. There's just a lot of questions within itself. Okay, I'm going to try to do a small overview here. So, a girl named Pomni is randomly transported to this amazing digital circus world. And so she apparently put on a headset that took her here. And the circus lead is someone known as Kane. Along with her is this cast of wacky characters, which I'll quickly just go through them. So we have Ragatha, reminiscent of a Raggedy Ann doll. She's very, what is it, easygoing, can be kind. She's one of the nicer ones, but I don't think she is the only nice one. Jax, who seems like a jerk, is sort of a not sort of, he seems like a manipulator, and overall someone you shouldn't trust. Gangle, who seems very depressed, has multiple faces, so I would say he has multiple personalities that we just haven't seen yet, but sadly his happy mask was broken. Zubul, well, Zubul is pretty easy to sum up. She's a Karen, very rude, arrogant, you could say. She just doesn't care, and some people would say the B word, to put it simply. Kane, mysterious, a lot about him we don't know. There's his magician cap, as well as his cane. Don't know if it's magical. I don't know. He seems unique in a lot of ways. Kinger, who is like a chess piece, he seems shy, but at the same time, I really am not too sure about his personality. For the main plot line, there's nothing to do in this digital circus world, so to stop them from going into madness, we have Kane who gives them these little random quests, and their quest of the day was to defeat some of these little guys that take things. And so things turned out to be sort of urgent because Zubul gets dragged off, and they end up making these groups because they get a second mission that they want to do. Because apparently, Pomni saw a exit door from earlier as she was getting a tour of this circus grounds, and so they end up heading off with Pomni, Ragatha, as well as Jax. Jax ends up ditching them. They find out that this old clown friend ended up extracting, which basically means he glitched out from going into madness. And on the other end, Zubul has really not made any progress getting saved because Gangle and Kinger ended up being teamed up. They're not the best team in the world together just because their personalities like cancel out each other. Shy, depressed, doesn't really go anywhere, and they just don't want to do it because they're scaredy cats. That's basically the best way to sum it up, scaredy cats. Now, the main thing we get to see is Pomni has to run and try to find Kane in order to reverse this fellow mate that I extracted because he's a beast at this point, and she so happens to stumble into the exit. She goes through it, and it takes her into this endless loop, eventually into this computer room, and then she gets thrown out into the void, which eventually we get to see Kane check out his watch, and that's when he sees someone was in the void, thus coming to the rescue. At the very end, we get to see that people that get extracted are essentially dead in this series, so that makes it more interesting. Some characters are crossed out on their bedroom doors, as we get to see in this episode. It's interesting, it adds a new thing to think about, and it's what an ending, though. We get to find out that he made this story to make things more interesting, but apparently Pomni saw something that woke her up. There's some type of spoiler, as we heard from Kane. I know I'm all over the place, but it was very unique as an episode. So if I had to rate this first episode, I would say it's an 8/8. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on the Amazing Digital Circus episode 1. Hope you guys stay safe. Until next time, guys. Peace out.